No, that's not what I meant. Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods is a bold, unapologetic dive into the Norse mythos, one that could only come from the creative mind behind such visual powerhouses as 300 and Justice League. With Snyder at the helm of this Netflix original animated series, alongside creators Jay Oliver and Eric Carrasco, Twilight of the Gods is as epic and operatic as it sounds. But this isn't just a retelling of the tales of Odin, Thor and Loki. It's a reimagining, a dark, twisted journey into the realms of the gods that's not afraid to show you the blood, the betrayal and the brutality that comes with living in a pantheon of warriors. But is it worth your time? Is it worth a binge watch on the day, or a simply delectable godly snack to dip in now and again? Let's find out.
I fear no gods.
First, I want to talk about the animation itself, because it's one of the series' most striking elements. Stone Quarry's collaboration with Xylem Animation sets the stage for a visual experience that blends stunning traditional animation with CGI elements, but in a way that makes it feel cohesive and intentional. This is not a Saturday morning cartoon, or at least not now. It's more a Saturday morning cartoons if it was back in the 80s and there was no age restriction. The art style has an edge to it, sharp lines, heavy shadows, and an almost painterly feel to the backgrounds, which gives it a sense of grandeur. Every scene looks like a mythic tapestry brought to life with fluid, dynamic movements during the action sequences that really stand out. You feel the weight behind every sword clash, every blow that Thor lands with Mjolnir, but it's not all style without substance. The voice cast brings the larger-than-life characters to life in a way that feels grounded, to make them emotionally charged with their godlike characters. Sylvia Hooks, who you might remember from Blade Runner 2049, voices Sigrid, a fierce, complex heroine whose journey is the emotional backbone to the series. Hooks imbues Sigrid with strength but also vulnerability. She's a warrior, but there's a deep sense of loss and purpose driving her. When you're watching her, you believe her struggle, her plight, her revenge. You're in for that story. You're grounded from the get-go, backing her because of how the story is shaped, which is a fantastic way to deliver this story, because in a world that's full of gods, it's the human moments that really sticks with you. Then there's Stuart Martin as Leif, a Viking warrior with a sense of honor, whose stoic demeanor hides a tortured soul somewhat. He is the guardian to Siegfried, the one that is always pursuing her, but sometimes it might be at the expense of his honor, and we're seeing the struggle with their relationship as the episodes unfold, and it's riveting to watch. Martin brings a quiet intensity to the role, which contrasts beautifully with Raul Coley's Eagle, who provides some much needed levity while still managing to hold his own as a dangerous and cunning sorcerer. Coley brings a charisma to Eagle that balances the darker elements of this story. And Peter Joseph as Loki. This is a portrayal of the trickster god unlike anything you've seen before. Joseph doesn't play Loki as just a mischievous villain. There's an undercurrent of deep resentment and ambition. His voice drips with sarcasm and venom. There's a whole world of history behind the words that are spoken through this voice actor. But there are moments where you care about the outcast god as well. His story is dark for Loki, but I totally got why he was doing what he was doing when he was doing it. And at the end of the day, a Loki will Loki. It is a nuanced performance, and it makes Loki one of the most intriguing characters of the series, and I think probably my favorite by far. And rounding out the phenomenal ensemble cast, Pilu Absek, who gives a performance as Thor, is almost primal savagery. It's thrilling to watch this phenomenal portrayal or voice portrayal as him. Jamie Clayton as the Said Connor, a mystical and foreboding presence, and John Noble, yes, Dr. Walter Bishop himself as Odin, who is every bit the regal yet fallible all-father you'd expect him to be. Noble's Odin is wary, burdened by the weight of his own decisions and the fate of the gods, a perfect counterpoint to Peter Stormare's Alpha, whose gravely tones and sinister persona make him the force to be reckoned with. This is my second favorite performance in the series. One of the biggest series strengths is its tone. It's unapologetically dark. The violence is brutal, sometimes even shocking. This isn't just swordplay for spectacle. When the characters die, and trust me they do, a lot. It's messy, visceral, and it leaves an impact. There's a weight to the violence, making the stakes feel real in a way that many animated series shy away from. The same goes for the adult content. There's nudity scenes depicting the gods in their hedonistic pursuits, as well as mortal nude scenes, and the language is coarse, but it's never gratuitous, somewhat. Maybe, because I think I've seen enough manhood to last me a lifetime. The adult content serves the story, emphasizing the rawness and primal nature of the world these characters inhabit. These gods are not the sanitized versions you're used to. They're wild, untamed, and often very ruthless. With 8 episodes, each roughly 30 minutes long, Twilight of the Gods wastes no time in building up its world and its stakes. By the end of the first episode, you're already knee-deep in conflict, betrayal, and intrigue. But it's not just a series of battles strung together. There are moments of quiet reflection and characters grappling with their roles in this mythic drama. Pacing is deliberate, allowing the weight of the story to sink in. Episode after episode, the tension builds, leading to a massive cliffhanger at the end of the 8th episode, which left me reeling and pissed off. This is the series' one drawback, and almost everyone is guilty of it nowadays. We can't just get one-off stories. Everything needs to be a franchise, which means waiting for series to be either cancelled or so long as the wait that the actors and creators might age out of literally their age or their contracts. Sometimes we have waited with Netflix, particularly for 4 years, for a continuation of their series. Stranger Things is a prime example. The final season is still being filmed now. Blue Samurai at least had a completion to the arc in setting up the story for the second season. Twilight of the Gods, however, leaves us smack bang in the middle of everything. Without giving too much away, the final moments of the season leave almost every major character in peril. Relationships are shattered, and a twist involving someone's ultimate plan throws everything into chaos. It's the kind of ending that makes you desperate for the next season, and in true Snyder fashion, it's grand and visually stunning and emotionally devastating all at once. Twilight of the Gods doesn't shy away from the darker themes of Norse mythology. There's a sense of inevitable doom, of fate marching ever close to Ragnarok. The series explores ideas of power, corruption, and sacrifice that comes with godhood. It's about the cycles of violence that can never be broken, or if they even should be. It's also about being a hero and seeing what that costs. It's about the cost of forgiveness, and on the flip side, what does revenge cost? And at the heart of all of this is Sigrid, whose story is of the resilience she faces to overcome the odds against all of the odds. She is a human anchor amidst the godly chaos. Her partner is often her anchor that levels her anger, keeping her grounded and real. It's a beautiful story of revenge, love, and lust in a godly-powered animated series. For fans of Zack Snyder's work, this is everything you'd want from him in an animated form. It's visually breathtaking, narratively complex, and packed with adult themes that make it clear this isn't just for the faint of heart. But even if you're not a Snyder die-hard fan, Twilight of the Gods offers something unique in the realm of animation. A mythic, brutal, and beautiful tale of gods and mortals that doesn't pull any punches. Simply put, Twilight of the Gods is a must-watch. Prepare yourself for a dark, thrilling journey into the heart of Norse legend, and be ready for that cliffhanger. It's a gut punch in the best way possible, and the worst way possible. It is most definitely mature themed, and it has things I've never seen in a Netflix animated series, so be forewarned. I give Twilight of the Gods 4.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
And you got one.
What's your favorite Norse mythology film or TV series? Let me know, and thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, please do something to show your appreciation. Comment, share the video, like it, subscribe, hit the bell, or do all of that so that you don't miss out on my wonderful face. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.